Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Stephanie, again with another video. And like I said before, all the time I say this literally in all of my videos. I'm sorry for the quality because, yeah. Okay, well, I was thinking let's have a new little playlist called Story Time or Table Talk because I'm literally recording on a table, so that's how it is. But, I have a lot of story times that I can say, and here's just a few. I have two stalker stories, which is two different people. Times I almost died, which is twice, and those are two other videos. My first job, a shootout, intruder, and I almost got robbed. Okay, yeah, they're all weird. And some dude tried to sell me his mixtape the other day, which was turned into a little short story time video, but yeah. Today I am going to be telling you guys about why does it okay, that was really creepy. Wow, that's weird. Okay, I was gonna tell y'all guys about my stalker story. I'm not gonna say his name. There was two of them, but not at the same time, if you get me. But I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm not weirded out. It's just I keep on hearing noises. I'm talking about my stalker, so like, it's weird. Okay, this is where it all started. So I get this message of some person I've never heard before in my life, and like, they said, hey, how are you? I was like, you know, I'm naive, so I was just like, oh, I'm fine, how are you? So then they were like, oh, I'm good too. And I started looking through his pictures. He only had like maybe one profile picture. Okay, I'm sorry that's happening, but should I continue talking? Okay, anyway, well, he had texted me saying, like, how are you? And I was like, oh, I'm fine, how are you? And this and that. And he was like, oh, I'm great. And then he just, like, said, like, do you remember me? I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, do you remember me? I was like, I've never heard of this person. So I just stopped texting them. And then, like, a week later, I get an ad on Snapchat. And it was, like, his name, but, like, half of his name and, like, one of his last name and then, like, some numbers. And then I was like, who's this person? And it said, like, added by, I knew it wasn't added by Snapcode because Snapcode wasn't a thing right there. Like, when that time, okay. When that time happened, like, Snapcode wasn't a thing. So what had happened was, like, it said, like, he had added me by username, but I don't see why or how he got my username because not that much people have my username. Like, I only talk to, like, a limited amount of people, and, like, some people just have it just to have it. But nope. I'm sorry. We're having technical difficulties again. But if that keeps on doing that, I'm still gonna keep on going because y'all guys are, like, listening to me. It's not really, like, a visual thing that you have to see. But, so this guy was saying, he was like, hey, do you remember me? I was like, no, like, who are you? And he was like, oh yeah, I know Emmanuel, which is my brother. I was like, you know my brother? He was like, yeah. And I was like, that's weird, I guess. And he was like, yeah, I went inside y'all guys' house and this and that. So I was like, so this person has been inside of my house. Also, my other stalker story is really similar to that. But yeah, and he was like, yeah, y'all guys used to live here, and he sent me my address. I was like, well, my old address. And I was like, yeah, we used to live there, and I didn't tell him we moved, but we had moved. And he was saying, I'm sorry, I keep on looking over there, I'm just, okay. He kept on saying, he was like, yeah, y'all guys used to live here, y'all guys had this dog, y'all guys had this kind of car, y'all guys, the house was this color. I was like, am I supposed to be freaked out right now? Like, that's weird. Like, he knows my brother. Like, he knows my brother, apparently. And then I asked my brother, I was like, hey, do you know who this guy is? He was like, oh, yeah, that's this person. It was his best friend's cousin. And I was like, okay. And, like, he didn't think much of it. I didn't think much of it. I was just like, okay. And so I asked this kid, I was like, how old are you? And he was like, oh, I'm 19. I was like, I'm underage. And then he was oh, we don't have to tell anybody, but hey, why don't you come outside and go downstairs and go to the park? I was like, how does he know that I live in, like, an apartment complex which had like stairs and whatnot to go down, and then how does he know like that there was a park at the apartment complex? And he was all like, I said, wait, do you know where I live? And he was like, Bayview Apartments, which was like what they're called. And I don't live there anymore, that's why I'm saying the name. But I was like, that's weird. Like, you're trying to tell me to come outside, go downstairs, and go to the park, and you're gonna be there. Like, that's weird to think. Like, I just had like, I'm having a conversation with this person, and they're telling me this, like, at that moment. I was just in my room, I was just chilling, and I was like, what? But then, he had said, yeah, I live, like, here. You could come to my apartment whenever you want, and this and that. And he told me, like, his apartment number. I was like, no, thank you. But like, I don't know, I just got like so weirded out by it, and then wave. Okay, and I got like even more weirded out by it because like he said that he had went inside of my house, and I've never met this person, and my brother was saying like, oh yeah, this guy or whatever, and but my brother he didn't really know him, he just knew who he was, which is weird also to think like this person's been to my house, but yet my brother doesn't really know who he is, like he just knows who he is. Like, he knew his name, but he didn't know him. So I go to school the next day, and then I was like, dude, guess what happened to me? I was telling my friend in biology, and then she was like, what happened? And I told her, like, this weird kid, he texted me telling me to come outside, to go to his apartment. I don't even know him. My brother said he knew him or whatever. And then my friend was like, what's his name? So I told her her name, or I told her his name. And she was like, oh my god, that's so weird. That's my ex. I was like, so that's your ex? And she was like, yeah. I was like, how old is he? And then she was like, she said his age, and I was like, that's weird, like, why would he tell me all this? She was like, don't talk to him, he's really weird, he's really clingy, he gets obsessed with you like really quick. And I was like, okay, that's even weirder. So I get back, like, I was on the bus going home, and then all of a sudden I see this car like pulling up next to the bus, but like it was like it kept on driving with the bus. And then we get to my apartment complex. I get off, and this car like went around, like about to make a U-turn to like go where the entrance of like the gate to go into where I lived. Oh my goodness, does this thing. I don't know why he was doing that, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, so he turned and he went like U-turn to go into where I lived. Obviously, I guess he lived like on the opposite side, I don't know. But of course I was walking, and there was like a bunch of other kids that like lived at my apartment complex. So I was just like talking to one of them. I was like, hey, how you been? This and that, this and that. I never talked to this person in my life. I was just like, oh, hey, yeah. But just to have a witness. And then I called my brother. I was like, hey, are you home? He was like, oh no, I'm out with some friends. I was like, dude, I think your friend is stalking me. He was like, what? I was like, I don't know, that one kid that you told me that you knew, I think he's stalking me. He said that he lived here, and he was trying to tell me to go to the park and go to his apartment. And my brother's older than me, so of course being an older brother, he was like, are you effing kidding me, and this and that. I'm not gonna cuss on this channel, but, well, maybe not till later. No, I'm playing. But like, he was all like, yeah, this person, I had told him, he just got so worried, and then he was like, oh, I'm on my way, la la la, and this and that. My brother doesn't have a car, but his friends do, so his friends came and picked me up in the car, and I was just like so nervous. So like, imagine what this guy was like looking at me, and I was getting in the car with 3 other guys, which looked really weird. But then he eventually like went to his apartment section, I guess you could say, because like there's like A, B, C, and D, and like whatever, and like numbers and blah. But I'm sorry, all my hand gestures. Okay. But so he finally went to his complex part section, and then he parked, and then I saw him go upstairs and into his apartment, and I got scared because I was like, so this person like actually lives here, like, okay. And I was like, this person actually lives here, he's like actually stalking me, like that's really weird, that's not something you just do. And then so I told my brother like everything that happened. He was like, he was following us around in the bus and this and that, like that's so creepy. He made a U-turn just to go to our apartment, and I walked like by myself, of course, because nobody's gonna like follow me home. But yeah, and then I was like, oh my god, that's so weird. But yeah, and yeah, so that was that stalker story. Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually have another one that I'm gonna say really quick. I'm not gonna say his name. I've noticed that all my stalkers, their names start with an A. Like, that's really weird. That's it. I'm not gonna say who they are. That's just their name starts with an A. But that was the end of that first stalker story. This little one, it's not even like a stalker story. I'm just gonna say it because it was weird. This kid, no, it wasn't a stalker. It was just like this kid who I had met like the first day of my of high school. He was all like, "You're pretty." I was like, "Thanks." And then he was all like, he said something that like really weirded me out, and he had like sent me a little note about it. I was like, no, but best of luck with your career or whatever. I was like, no, I'm not like that. And then I was just like, okay, but he lived in my apartment complex. So tell me why when I had got off the bus, like, of course it's the same apartment complex, but oh my god, he went like another way and I went like one way because the way how they were arranged, just like there's some apartment complex sections over here and there's some sections over here, and you gotta like split the way to go around. And yeah, so I was going to mine, and then he's supposed to go over there, but I saw he was behind me, and I was like walking, and he walked like, there was 3 stories, so it was like 1 and then 2 and then 3. So I walked like through one, upstairs, through the other, upstairs, through the down one, because that's where I lived. I lived on the top one. And he kept on following me the whole entire way. And then I just like got back downstairs and I went around like other apartment complexes. It was so weird. I was like, "Do you need something?" He was like, "Oh, I was gonna give you your pencil back." I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I don't know, that was really weird. But yeah, if y'all guys like these little if y'all guys like these story times, and like this and subscribe, and don't forget to leave me a comment down below which one you want to hear. But like I said, like I have tons. I'm about to make my other stalker story right now because I have them all, like I have all the story times like written down right here. You can't see it, but yeah. And so I'm about to do that. But y'all guys, have a wonderful rest of your day, and tune in to see my other stalker story that I'm about to upload. That's why I'm gonna be wearing the same shirt in the other one. Probably, I don't know, I might go change shirts or something. But yeah, so yeah guys, have a great day. Bye.